Hey, come catch this wave with the Fixx squad. The Fixx is in. I'm Mr. Soul, I'm tuning in. What you doing?
Stand up. James left, but the king still reigns here. No tears, no love lost, no rain here. Delivers, I promise, Santa rain here. Love for the city still resides here. Fix for your ailment, faith that resides outside the lines. Detox your mind, cause it matters. Art outside the box, we pace better. The Fixx is in, and we rock a channel. We rock with them for what's deep within. Expose those who talk but don't live. Expose those who talk but don't live. Take offense. Judge by the fruit from the tree, but if the fruit tastes like...
What's good, family? It's your boy DJ Focus. Shouts out to my sis Dice Gamble. You know who we represent. The Fixx Radio Show, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. We live right here in the land, and Mr. Reese Records tiptoed through. I'm so grateful. He came through my city. This means a lot to me, so yeah, it might not mean nothing to y'all. It means a lot to me. He done tiptoed through our city. Church Closed tour live right now. And I'm just excited. Mr. Reese Records, Lecrae, what's going on, bro?
Appreciate you. I'm trying to keep my eyes on your shirt going kind of crazy right there.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure the culture know we got bars
hard.
out here. We got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So listen, talk about the tour so far. What's been your experience so far?
Tour been crazy, man. It's been a blessing, you know, just to be able to be in the game this long and people still coming out and showing love, showing support is wild to me, and a lot of energy. You know, it's a diverse group of artists. So you got myself, you got Doe, you got Elevation Rhythm. So it's just no sound is the same. And then I just get to see how people reacting to the music, man. You know, some of these songs I never performed before, so this is cool.
Was that on purpose? You bringing Doe on, is like you say with Elevation? Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, I you know me, I'm big on like bringing light to new artists and letting people get exposed to them. Obviously, Doe's doing her thing; she's killing it, but. You know, I have a completely different audience than the audience that she's been in front of. So it's kind of like, hey, they need to be exposed to what you're doing as well. Elevation Rhythm, same thing, you know, just completely different worlds. And so just showing like this what the body look like.
What's that moment that you'll look back? I know this is it for the Church Close installment. So you want to go on one last tour. What do you think you'll look back 5-10 years from now and say, wow, Church Close was about?
You know what? I think Church Close was about, encouraging people to kind of put down their own little tribal things and be a body. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of cliques and tribes within the body. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of jealousy, a lot of weird stuff. But toes ain't supposed to be envious of elbows. You know what I'm saying? We all supposed to work together to keep the body moving. So that's really what I hope to see at the end of this.
So let's talk about that a little bit. You got to unpack that because you're absolutely right. We got cliques. Yeah. We got a lot of toxic stuff that we do among the church. Why do you think that is?
You know, I think we lose focus of what it's really all about. You know what I mean? You can start building something, and you well intentioned, but then you know you get a little too wrapped up in it, and you forget what you're here for in the first place. And so you know it's kind of like the story of the soldiers who was, you know, captured, and they was forced to build a bridge for the enemy, and then allies came to free them, and they was like, we got to blow up the bridge to free y'all. They was like, no, don't blow up this bridge. We spent all this time building. It's like, bruh, that ain't what y'all here for. But they forgot what they was really here for. And I mean, we here for the kingdom. We here to build something and to push that agenda, not to show off our own little cliques and empires. You know what I mean?
I agree wholeheartedly. Let's talk about that for a minute, because I seen you did it on your social media post, I think either yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
Talk about the difference between kingdom and Christianity, because I think a lot of people don't understand kingdom principles, kingdom teaching, what the kingdom itself is.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Jesus was coming to bring a kingdom, to usher in a kingdom, saying like, hey, you know, we a world full of brokenness and division and despair and disease. And he's saying, I'm ushering in a kingdom where love, joy, peace, patience, and kindness is the way that we gonna move now. And when the kingdom is fully realized, that's all we gonna know. But it's still brokenness right now. And if you have access to the Spirit of God, then you get the chance to demonstrate what the kingdom's gonna look like. Because the only way the world's gonna see love, joy, peace, patience, and kindness is through us. We got the fruit of the Spirit. So if we not doing that, we not pushing the kingdom agenda. If we just showing off what we built and look at this and look what I got, and you know, it was like, what's so special about that? You know, the world can do that. So what are you doing that's unique? What Red Sea are you parting that people like, dang, that must be the power of God? That's what the kingdom is all about, is demonstrating to the world what's on the way.
That's powerful, and you're right. We need to continue to grow in that area
for sure.
collectively. How have you made it look so easy, Lecrae? Let's be very clear. No, I get what you're saying. I know you've been through the fire. I know,
Sure.
but you make it look easy because you're able to build the relationships. We know you have a lot of mainstream athletes, artists, connections that they reach out to you. They relate to you. How have you made those relationships and kept them over the years? Let's be very clear.
I think it's about it's about authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Because if people feel like they can trust you, then they can be real with you. But if you got to guard up, or they meeting your representative and not meeting you, you know, whatever representative you showing them is not your authentic self, then they can't trust you. And you got, you know, what I do is I disarm myself by telling on myself a lot of times. Let me just tell you my real deal. So they like, oh, wow, you putting yourself out there like, oh, you really don't care. And then they feel like, well, I can trust this person because this person ain't putting on a show or putting on a front. And, you know, I think we appreciate that. I remember when I used to work at a grocery store and, you know, I used to be on my prim and proper, like, how you doing today, ma'am? You know, scanning their groceries and all that type of stuff. And when I would see somebody come through my line with visible tattoos or they was buying cigarettes, for some reason, I felt more comfortable to be myself around them. You know what I mean? And it's because they were like, hey, this is what I'm on. You know, they wasn't afraid to show their true colors. And so I think that's what it is show your true colors, man. If God really done a work in you and transformed you, like live out of that reality and don't be afraid. Don't feel like you got to hide and people going to rock with you.
You've been very transparent about your relationship with your uncle and how you looked up to him coming up. You know, why do you think that we don't embrace more relationships like that? Like, I feel like every time we bring them up in any song, it's authentic and it's from, you know, like you said, I was at that place, good or bad or indifferent. This is what I learned from him, but I still looked up to him. Why do you think so many people are scared to share those type of stories?
You know, I mean, it's a lot of reasons, I'm sure, but we live in this self-made society. Everybody want to look like they self-made, like they did it on their own.
We talking now.
Yeah, I mean, like you see, I mean, it's just like
you ain't had no help.
Exactly. Yes, everybody want to look like that, like they just so well put together, and that's just, again, that's we meeting everybody's representatives. We not meeting the real versions of them, and so for me, it's like, you know, it's refreshing when you see somebody acknowledging who gave them a hand in the game, and when they don't look like they did it all on their own, because that's just not true. Like, you name the person, I could tell you the people that was around them, behind them, that got them to where they are today. From Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Jay-Z, Beyonce. There's none of them just did that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, yeah, I had some bad influences, but man, I wouldn't be here without some of their support and some of their help. And, you know, I want to make sure I acknowledge those folks.
That's good. Yeah. You know, we're coming out of the back part of this pandemic. We know, you know, the 2 years, you know, 20 and 2021 were, and even 2022, top of it, pretty much at the back end of it. One thing I noticed at the beginning of the pandemic, unfortunately, a lot of kingdom marriages crumbled. There were divorce rates, like the numbers were up of kingdom marriages crumbling. Why do you think that is? Because I know you talk all the time about your relationship with your wife and how y'all do everything and whatever.
Oh, because you gotta really be with them now. You can't escape.
You say they was working all day and they had to worry about that.
Hey, it's time to see the real deal on a regular basis, and you realize, so it's two mindsets that exist out here in society, right? It's a fixed mindset and it's a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is this mindset that this is the way it's gonna be, and I'm either stuck here or, you know, I got to free myself from this reality. A growth mindset is that, well, this is not ideal, but how can I grow from this? And what can I do to transform this or to get better? And when it comes to relationships, especially marriages, you know, even within the kingdom, folks have a fixed mindset. And they're like, I don't really have to deal with this person if I'm busy. I'm doing this. We don't see each other. But now during the pandemic, y'all got to see each other all the time. And you like, I see what I don't like about you all the time. And a fixed mindset says, I'm stuck. This is how it's always going to be. I got to get out of this. But a growth mindset, which is what every believer should have because we got the power of the Spirit working within us, says every relationship I get involved in, I'm embracing a set of problems. So I have to be able to work through and grow through those problems with this person. I have to believe that God can grow this person and I can grow as well, so we can grow together. The goal of the relationship is not to be like perfect, happy, joy, and birds singing, because that's going to make you mad, because you're going to be like, we ain't never getting there. But the goal of the relationship is to journey toward growth. So by the time you on your deathbed, man, y'all have grown so much, you can look back and say, dang, we was there. We was fighting every day and throwing stuff. And now, you know, we just like, man, I'm going to my room for a little while. You get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all have grown. That's the goal, is growth. So I think folks didn't realize they could grow, and they just was like, I'm done. I'm out.
Listen, DJ Focus, Mr. Reese Records, Lecrae himself. We got to go to break. We coming right back. Keep it locked. You're tuned into The Fixx.
Culture Radio. We're not just background noise. We play the music that inspires you, because every song has a story. Christian hip hop and R&B music and talk on Siriusxm channel 154, 24 hours a day. Holy Culture Radio is changing the game. Discussions about faith, arts, vocation, and education. We talk about the real issues that affect our communities and work together to find solutions. Join the discussion at holyculture.net and be heard.
Yes, sir, DJ Focus. You tap back into The Fixx right here with my brother, Lecrae, Mr. Reese Records himself. We live at the CC4 tour right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Listen, 50 years of hip-hop, we're celebrating this year. Yeah, I got to ask you. I can have these conversations with you because we can go back and reminisce a little bit. 50 years of hip-hop.
Yeah.
Talk about where you think the state of the culture of hip-hop altogether, not just Christian hip-hop, all hip-hop.
Yeah. You know what's funny, man, is like when I was a kid, I grew up loving hip hop because it was distinct. It was like something you had to go hunt for. And when you saw it, you knew it. When you see some certain clothes, certain things, you knew what you had, like, oh, it's graffiti or whatever it may be, the jeans baggy, all the nowadays in 2023, it's so meshed into regular society. Like it's just a part of everyday life and everyday living. Like, it was a big deal when I was a kid for a Sprite commercial to have rap in it. Now it's just, hell, sell furniture with rap music in the background.
Cars, too.
You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere. So I think the good part about it is that it's branched out. And so, you know, we can make a living. We can be insightful. We can work on marketing teams and and we really know the culture. The downside is it loses its distinction and its specialness. And when it's just everywhere. I think, you know, people care less about the people and more about the profit, because there's so much to be made off of it now. You know what I'm saying? So, and ain't nothing wrong with providing for your folks and your family, but I think the heartbeat gets lost when you know there's a lot of money to make in it. You know what I mean? And so I just will hope that people care about the people, because there's folks out there who this is the only form of expression they have and what they relate to. And if we just want to turn a profit off of them, man, it's just it's going to get crazy. And so I see a lot of that happening.
The big debate that's always been in hip-hop, should you write your lyrics? Should you have the ghostwriter?
Oh, yeah.
What's your take? What's your take on that?
I mean, here's my thing, man. People going to do what they're going to do, but I feel like this. I feel like I can't speak for everybody. My audience connects to me because I'm the only person that could express the things that I'm expressing. It's you getting the essence of Lecrae when you hear my music. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not opposed to like, hey, this was a helpful line, or this kind of hook could fit this better, or this melody. You know, that's collaborative work. That's been going on forever. But when it comes to you just sitting back and letting somebody else do the whole thing, and then you just come in and say what they said, that ain't you. You know what I mean? You hearing somebody else. So I'm not a fan of that. But I mean, people going to do what they're going to do. You know what I mean? I can't stop it. You know, folks going to do it. And if that's what you choose to do, then shout out to them writers out there who getting paid for,
They get
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them writers, man. You know, that's a skill.
Well, you know, the thing has been, hip-hop has been the only one where we say ghostwriters aren't cool, because we know they've done it in pop, R&B for years and years, so that's cool. But I think, for me personally, I'm like you. I want to hear your heart. I want to hear your story.
Yeah.
I can relate to you and be drawn to you more when I know it's authentic, compared to me hearing you do this whole album. You telling me this story. I painted this picture, then I meet you in person, and you corny. No, pray for me. Pray for me, Cray.
But you're not lying, though. But you're not lying. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. But again, man, it's just the era that we came from, and I think nowadays it's like there's no respect for that. So, the younger rappers just like, I'm just, I play by my own rules. Yeah, I just play by my own rules. I don't care. It's like, even in gang culture, my uncles is OG gang members, and they looking at the young dudes like, man, there ain't no code no more, man. I'm like, it's just the way it is out here. The codes is getting lost.
Top 3 MCs all time for Lecrae.
Oh my gosh, top 3, Andre 3000 for sure.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, 3 Stacks is up there. Tupac, and not just because he's like this amazing lyricist, but he was able to capture what was going on in his heart and put it on paper and draw us in. So I'm gonna say 3 Stacks, Tupac, and I gotta go with Jay-Z. You know what I mean? I gotta go with Jay only because of everything that he's done. He used rap music to do. I mean, we wouldn't have had the last couple Super Bowls performances without Jay-Z, laying down that. But I mean, I'm a hip hop aficionado. I love the culture, man. So I could go on and on. There's so many categories. Different people did different things for different reasons, but they would be my top 3.
What 2 artists would you take, dead or alive, from any genre to form a supergroup?
Dead or alive to form a supergroup.
Yes, sir.
Oh, gosh. I think I would want to see 3 Stacks and Lauryn Hill in their prime.
No, listen.
Yeah.
Come on.
In their prime. You know what I mean?
The miseducation. So let's be very clear. I get what you said with Lauryn Hill. But listen, everybody knows the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. That's what people know Lauryn Hill for. So, yes, that's a classic.
That's
what
I'm saying. Yeah. In their prime. That. I think that could be something special, man. They was gifted.
Yes, they were. Listen, this Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
You always are talking about just everything. Not only you went through, but also pushing people to get mental health in any form or fashion. They needed therapy, whether it be some type of spiritual counseling. Why have you been so passionate about that over the years?
Because I seen it change my life, man. I was so embarrassed or ashamed or felt like a weaker Christian when I didn't reach out to a therapist, and I was like, I'm just gonna pray about it. And it's so dumb, because if you going blind or you can't see, you don't say, I'm just gonna pray about it. You go to the eye doctor. You know what I mean? And your mental health is an organ called a brain, and you need a specialist who can speak into that. So you need to get that checked out, and that's been plaguing the Black and brown communities for so long. We got so much trauma and issues with our mental health, and we just have I'm just gonna move on. And I get it, because it hasn't been a priority in our community. We got other things. We got food to worry about, but we gotta focus on that, because that's what's gonna keep us able to push through and move to different heights.
Let's talk about this music before we get you out of here off this church close. Can you hear me now? With D Smoke.
Can you hear me now?
How did you come up with that collaboration? Like, have you worked?
Smoke is my guy, man. Okay. Smoke is my guy. Certain people behind the scenes you just connect with on a different level, and we just vibed out. We had a lot of mutual friends. A lot of people don't know he's a believer. You know what I'm saying?
Praise
so
God.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, man.
Let's speak to that for a minute, because that, like you say, a lot of people wouldn't know he is a believer. So did you have that? Did you have some conversations with him about spirituality?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
See, y'all think work ain't being done behind closed doors. Y'all always yapping, talking about why he with such and such. The man doing ministry.
Oh yeah.
It's out his business.
Oh, anybody. We having that conversation because it's who I am. I'm not going to hide it from you. Not going to hide what you own. I'm not going to hide what I'm on. And it's not like me trying to be all in your grill with it. It's just a natural outpouring. So I'm talking, me and Walker talked for 3 hours about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Smoke, everybody. I talked to Royce the Five Nine. I talked to lots of people. I talked to Crazy Bone from Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be a safe place for people to discuss those particular things. And they already know what I'm on, so they bring it up half the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spread the Ops. That's one of my favorite tracks on it. Come on, man.
Spread the Ops.
Talk about that inspiration behind it, the beat, everything.
Man, my man told me he had a producer. He was like, Lil Wayne's DJ produces. And I was like, okay, so he want to come out of the studio. I said, all right, tell him come on by. He comes by, pushes play. I said, that beat is crazy. I said, I got to have that one. And, we get the beat, and then I just start thinking of ideas. And I was like, I was like, yeah, like some kids. What if some kids is saying something? And we, I sat there and came up with what the kids should say. And then shout out to my homegirl, Alex. She works at Reach. She brought in some choir kids, and they really said it. And then those are the same kids in the music video, the kids that did the chorus on the song.
That's dope.
And it's just, man, one of them songs like, hey, we got to spread the odds out. Like, God, deal with the opposition. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about this tough one before we get you out of here. Still in America.
Yes, sir.
One thing you ain't never shied away from. You ain't ran away from it.
Mm-hmm.
The tough issues that we deal with in world, like social injustice, racism.
Yeah.
We know the LGBTQ community and everything that's going there. Why do that, and why to continue to keep talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, there has to be a alternative voice than the voices that we hearing in society. There has to be a third way. I think we always like, well, what does the left say? What does the right say? Okay, well, what does God say? You know what I'm saying? Because God don't choose sides. He don't take sides. He takes over. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to run in his lane and just kind of try to speak to it from a different vantage point, a different perspective that most people probably wouldn't be thinking through.
That's good.
Yeah.
Where's the balance, Craig, between judgment and accountability? I think, it's a tough one because we know the church always constantly is kind of judging to a certain extent, but you still need to build the relationships with people, disciple people. Yeah. So where's that perfect balance?
I think it's all about the intention. What's your intention in this? If your intention is not to see restoration in that person, then shut your mouth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Shut your mouth, because now you're just being condemning and judgmental. Like, it's okay. I'm gonna go hard at my people when I want to see them transform or change, but I want them restored. It's like your own child. Like, if your child mess up, you mad, but you don't berate them and beat them down to the point where they just hate themselves. The goal is to get them to see the error of their ways and become better and different. And if folks don't feel like you for them, then they just gonna feel like you against them, and it's gonna push them even further away. So, the Bible tells us to gently restore our brothers and sisters. So you want them restored. You know what I mean? It don't mean you don't give them the real. Mm-hmm. But you do it in a way that where they know, hey, I care about you. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine, and we rallied them up, got all the homies together, and was like, hey, bro, you out there bad. Like, we don't appreciate what you on right now. Mm-hmm. And it was tears shed, but it was all known, like, we love you, we gonna ride for you, but this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? And so he felt loved, he felt supported, he felt appreciated, and it made him say, all right, I need to change my ways. And that's really what it should look like.
Last thing, when it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember Lecrae by?
Man, I hopefully, they'll just be, they'll see, like, man, God, he was trusting God. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was trusting God, because some of the stuff that we seen happen could not have been him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully they'll be like, see like, wow, God is on something crazy, because I don't know what I experienced. And hopefully I can just get out the way, man. Hopefully they'll see me as somebody who got out the way to let God do his thing. You know what I mean? That's really, I look at people like Moses, like David. David is, one of my heroes in the scripture, because he was jacked up, but he still had a heart for God, and God used him. And so that's really what I hope people see.
Craig, tell the people how they can connect with you, follow you on all your social media platforms.
Yes, sir. Follow me everywhere. Social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of them, TikTok. It's just at Lecrae, Lecrae, maybe Lecrae Official on a couple of them. I'm on Twitch. I'm on everything, man. I'm out there. Wherever they at, I'm there. You feel me? Follow me, because I will lead you somewhere.
That's what's up. Listen to your music. You got any books, anything you writing?
Yeah. Shout out,
shout out everything.
The new single, me and Tasha Cobb, Your Power.
Oh, wait a minute, no, forgive me. Hold on, forgive me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We ain't done yet. I'm sorry. We coming back. Yeah, he dropped this banger last Friday with Tasha Cobb's Your Power. Speak to that. Why put that collaboration together?
Man, Tasha, I probably shouldn't say this. Tasha got some hood in her. People don't know. People don't know that. She hit me when I did the Let the Trap say, man, like, hey, this is fire. We need to do something. I said, what? Tasha, you trying to do something? And she said, yeah. So I said, all right, we're going to figure this out. And we put this record together, man, and it's a powerful record. I felt like this is the one, like, okay, this is powerful. And yeah, man, just trust in God's power.
Man, listen, this got to go. He humble, talking about this the one. Every time this man puts something out, it's the one. But bless your humbleness.
Man.
But no, this song is certified. Who produced on this? Who did the
Shout out to my man Swoop and my man Jude.
Oh my goodness, Hacktown stand up. He right here from Akron.
Yeah,
what's up, Swoop?
Yeah,
that's what's up. Yeah, Swoop, you did your thing on that, man. Yeah,
man.
Anything else? Anything else we need to know about?
Man, that's it right now. You know, I'm just shout out to all the new artists, man, and all the youngins, man. I'm just rallying and pushing. You know, 1K Few, What Up RG, Hovey, Wande. You know, I'm pushing them all. Some other artists, Tory Deshaun, that ain't even signed. No big deal. John Keith. Just shout out to all of them. Portia Love, they doing their thing, man. And I'm like big bro. I'm here to support y'all.
What's that summer playlist gonna look like? I know you already know. I already know you know. And from what I'm hearing, I've been hearing a little birdie told me it might be a little R&B version as well as the hip hop version too as well.
Yeah, we got.
Shouts out to Dre.
We gotta put that R&B out there, man.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of shout out to all the folks who doing their thing, Undivided and Madison Ryan Ward. It's some heat out there. So be on the lookout for that. That's coming. And yeah, we're going to do it a little bit different this year. So y'all going to be real surprised in a good way.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Listen, DJ Focus, check it out, man. The Fixx is in.